Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin.
What's it been? 11 years. Tremors 3, back to perfection. Literally. This is the 2001 DTV sequel that has something new up its sleeve. The plot: Bert has returned home and has had all new installations in his house, like concrete around his entire property and a seismograph, which is a good investment because he starts to get seismic vibrations in the valley. The graboids are back. Then the shriekers are back. Something else is turning. And people called him paranoid. This is, to this date, the only installment in the franchise to feature graboids, shriekers, and ABs. They don't feature them in any of the other sequels, but in the TV show, they're all featured, so. This is cheesy popcorn entertainment. By the time they reached this installment, they were like, you know what? We know what the fans want. We're gonna deliver. I like that they returned to Perfection Valley and brought back some of the original cast as their original characters, naturally. For the characters, we have Bert Gummer, played yet again by Michael Gross. And, he's very Berty. I think that he's in his element now. I mean, the first one, he was a side character, and the second one, he's still kind of a side character, but here, it's all about Bert, baby. And Michael Gross doesn't ham it up. He plays it like the character hasn't changed at all in 11 years. Desert Jack Sawyer, played by Sean Christian, is... well, he's Val, Earl, and Grady all mixed into one. I love that about him in this movie. He's all the side characters meshed together to create a doe-eyed, opportunistic, optimistic, sly, cunning man who has a wicked fastball. Jodie Chain, played by Susan Chon, is Walter Chain's niece, I think. She's now inherited the store, Chain's Market, and is just trying to do business better than her uncle did. He was getting by barely in the first one. Now, his niece is doing well with the whole graboid angle. She's selling comics, and toys, and plushies, and mugs, and I like that. That's pretty cool. Nancy and Mindy Sterngood. Yeah, their last name is Sterngood, and of course their last name is Sterngood because Nancy's a stern mother, Mindy's a good kid, but together they're a mother and a teenage daughter. Nancy is played by Charlotte Stewart, and she is the caring, worryful, supportive mother. And Mindy is played yet again by Ariana Richards. I almost forgot her name, but she's the little girl from Jurassic Park and the first Tremors movie. She's a rebellious teen in the early 2000s. Miguel returns, played yet again by Tony Gennaro. He's Miguel. I mean, he goes along for the hunt this time at least, which was kind of nice. But at the same time, I feel they did that so they could do something to his character that I wasn't actually, not necessarily miffed about, but I wasn't really bothered either. Melvin Plug, played yet again by Robert Jang, is the weasel of the group, except for the fact that he turned rebellious teen to successful businessman. He's trying to buy out the land in Perfection and build condos. Melville. I love that. I also hate it because Melvin's a prick. But Melvin Plug returned for this movie, as well as the TV show with Michael Gross and Ariana Richards. I don't think any of the other characters from this movie are the first one to return for the TV show. But yeah. Dedication, man. This had a $6 million budget. It is actually probably the second highest budgeted Tremors movie out of them all. Probably because budget listed for Tremors 5, 6, and 7. And Tremors 4 cost less than this. And I think there's a reason for that. Actually, I know there's a reason for that. There's a lot of CGI in this movie. Which leads me into the gore, the effects. This movie is rated PG. All the others are PG-13. Yet somehow, some way, this pretty gnarly gore fest in terms of monster blood is rated PG. I don't know. We get monster blood and guts splattering and spilling around. A worm is cut open with a chainsaw, and more. Whoa. Again. PG. The visual effects, for the most part, aren't too shabby. Especially for the early 2000s. I think they're a little bit below Tremors 2. But that could be due to the lighting. There are some shots of CGI that don't look too bad. I think it's when they glide off the new creatures that it really shows. And the ABs are hilarious and do pose somewhat of a new threat that actually adds a level of danger for the characters that works. The characters aren't safe on the ground, on the roof, in their shelter or bunker. It's like you can't hide from these things. They will evolve and get you. The motion picture soundtrack, it tries to retain the energy of the second movie, but kind of fails. It's way too 2000s and tries to be edgy. Still, there are some good tracks like the opening theme, as well as some of the chase sequences. They are very hip and edgy, but I'll let it slide. So what do I think of Tremors 3 Back to Perfection? It is a lot of fun and is full of nostalgia for the first film. Still, it is one of the weaker entries for sure. I like it, but I don't love it. There's still a lot to like though. My favorite scene has to be with Bert mowing down shriekers in the opening actions piece of the movie. That is hilarious. Not only is he mowing down the shriekers, but he's chuckling to himself as he does it. It's pure gold. I think the creatures are cool and to continue the cycle of their species plausibly enough. I don't get the life cycle of these creatures, like, why, I mean, are they trying to conquer the world or just keep growing? I mean, they're not trying to survive, they're trying to take over. Which in a way is surviving. I'd say, watch this one. If you've seen the first two and the others, it can't hurt. This was written by John Welpley, who went on to write Tremors 5 and 6. So we'll see how he does with those movies after the next review. Overall, I give Tremors 3 Back to Perfection a 2.5 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and I'm Brian Gatto, the Horror Show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you'll get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe.